All right, everybody, I'm back, and I know I haven't been making as much content lately. Work's just been really busy, and I'm going to try to be getting into it more and more and more. So feel free to leave comments about the kind of stuff you want to see me cover more. I have a new Splinterlands one coming out tomorrow for sure with the giveaways I do. I'm going to do a Town Star update on my newest town build. I'm going to do an example of yield farming on Moon River. But today, it's all about the apes. Yes, I did this video the other day about the apes that were launching on BSC. It didn't get a ton of views, and a few people called it out as anonymous devs and just a money grab and all these other things. And so far, it looks like those people were wrong. Now, the launch didn't go perfect for this project. There were some issues, mainly that they said that BSC not working right, was not updating quick enough. So when they tried to go live, the contract went live and you could mint on the contract. But if you were trying to mint from the website, that button was just redirecting you directly to the contract. Now, within a few minutes, they did put instructions in their Telegram on how to mint from the contract. But basically, what ended up happening is the only people that got very, very low mints were people that knew how to mint from a contract. So this is something that if you're into NFTs, into crypto in general, you should learn how to do, because learning how to interact with a contract will prevent you from ever having to worry about losing access to the front end of a site and not being able to get your funds. So I'm going to go over that really quickly, but first let's go ahead and go to the site and check out some facts. They did sell out all their apes. This is pretty exciting because the way it worked with Reflect rewards, about the last 2,000 people, maybe even 3,000 people were not getting big rewards. If you were one of the first 1,000 people, you got a lot of rewards, and if you were in like the 1,000 to 4,000 mint range, you got some rewards. I ended up minting my very first one, number 548, with a test transaction where I only did one. Then I waited just a few minutes to wait for that one to confirm and see that ape in my wallet on BSC chain, and then I was unfortunately, when I went back to mint, now I was in the 1700s. I'll go ahead and show you what I got, and I'm reasonably happy, but also a little bit sad. It's kind of funny, and I'll explain why once we get to going over there. So basically, the other day when you came here and the site went live and it hit mint, it bounced you to this page. And so you're sitting here on this page. It's a contract, and if you don't know what it is or what's going on, then you're not going to be able to figure out how to mint or how to interact. So, and on mobile, I've heard that this doesn't always work, and it also is kind of strange that when you connect your Web3 wallet, like I'll show you here, you only get MetaMask or Wallet Connect as ways that you can interact with it on BSC Scan. This is why I have my MetaMask set up. It's kind of interesting that on BSC Scan they don't even have Binance Chain Wallet, the Binance one there, but you do have to connect to it. They do note that when you directly connect to a contract via BSC, that it's like in beta and things might not work perfectly. So that's why I did do a test transaction before minting the other 10 that I was going to mint. Now, the hard part here, and this is where you don't want to do anything if you don't know for sure, is understanding which each one of these transactions are. You can either, right here, see it says you can do an airdrop mint. That's a mint, but an airdrop. They weren't doing an airdrop. They were doing a release, a regular mint people were supposed to play. There's an approved transaction call. There's a burn call, but you're not looking, you don't have an ID yet, so you're not looking to burn. There's a claim mint rewards. Well, that would only be for after you've minted them. And then there's also an emergency withdrawal, a lottery payout. Now, these ones probably have backend in the coding, only allowing admins to call these functions. So not all functions will be callable by just anybody. You can try, but they probably won't work. And also, as you can see, there's nothing to fill in here. So they've already written where the lottery payout is going to go. They've already written where the emergency withdrawal is going to go. And hopefully, from what I know from the lottery payout, it's going to a wallet that is a special wallet they set up with special keys so that they could send the lottery payout to there and then distribute it out to the people who won. And then this is the mint. So this is the one that you really needed. In order to mint, you needed to know how much BNB something costs, so 0.33 for one of these mints, and how many you wanted to mint. And then if you were going to increase it, you would just hit write, and then it would write it to the contract. If you were going to try to increase yours to, let's say, 3, then you would need to do a 0.99. And when I did my mints, I did 1 for 0.33, and then I did 9 for 2.97 BNB. And then later on, I did one more once I knew that the mint rewards were working, because that meant I was going to get enough back from my original mints to get at least, I could have gotten 3 more mints for free, but I went ahead and got 1 more because I didn't know the exact number, because their website did have some issues, and it took them until into the late evening to make it so that we could see our heroes and see our mint numbers. So that was a little bit disappointing, but BSC has been in bad shape for a few days, and so that's where they kind of explain this. Now, after you write to the contract, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to your wallet on BSC, and once you have your wallet up, you're going to need to go over here to your ERC21 tokens. And so you'll see here are all my mints of my Ape Heroes. Here's the 548 that I got. 20, and then you see 3 minutes later when I did my big mint, it went from 548 to 1789. Or, well, actually, these are out of order, which is just kind of the way they hit my wallet, but it was 1782. So I did 1782 through 1790 right here. And then later on, near the end, after I'd been watching it continue to sell out, I decided to take a flyer and get one last Ape Hero, just to get one more. I'm going to be looking to give some of these away, but I'm not going to do it in this video because I want to make it a little bit more special, and I want to wait till the site is working perfectly so we can actually see what one of these is worth. I want people to feel a little more comfortable, and if I give it to somebody, I hope that they hold it and keep it. So here's my heroes. We'll take a quick look at them. As you can see, in general, I feel like this is pretty good artwork. You can have anything from a background that has some kind of picture or landscape in the back to just plain covers. Right here we can see that their site is now showing them along with their weapons, their body, their eyes, their suit, the head, mouth, eye accessories, ears, their ranks, and if their trait is common or uncommon or legendary or epic. So it's epic legendary. Now as you can see, I got a little unlucky for minting 11 of these. Common, all common, but 1 legendary. So let me ask you, what would you rather have if you minted 11? They said that in theory I had a 50%, I think almost a 50% chance of getting like uncommons and rares and epics, but I got all these commons, so I lost that dice roll on the other side of that 50%, and I ended up hitting, though, the rarest dice roll one time. So I'm going to take it. This one's ranked 539, so he's not like the rarest of the rare, but I really do like this one. It stood out to me right away. The other one that stood out to me right away, and this is the last one I minted. I was glad that he was at least different. I didn't have any with the Scythe. I actually think the Scythe with the hourglass is really, really cool. And then when you add in that his eyes are covered, the only thing that would have made this one maybe just amazing is if this was black down here, right? Give him a real Grim Reaper vibe, but instead he got the trooper suit. I don't know if they have a black suit. I didn't see it. This is what suit is this one? This is Voyager. This is Superman. This is Gangster. Gangster was pretty common. I got a lot of those ones. And then this one is Boxer. So the Boxer suit. So that's just a look over at the ones I have. I'd say my favorites obviously are my Legendary. The one here with the Scythe. This one has pretty cool eyes, but he doesn't really match that well. This one is pretty cool. I like that one. And then I also like this one. I think this one's actually pretty cool, even though he's not very rare or anything, but I think overall he has a pretty good look. All right, so that's my heroes. Now, here's the rewards page. So we went over that, and this is now working. So I'm going to go ahead and claim my rewards. Now, remember, I spent, I'm getting back 1.2354, and I spent 3.33, and then bought one more for 3.66. So now I'm already lowered my price of ownership. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because there are some people who minted a lot of them early on, got even more rewards back, and so they have a lower than 0.33 price of ownership for their NFTs. And the one thing that is not working on this site at this point is their marketplace. They are still working on this and getting it working. Now, if you're somebody that minted these NFTs, the suggestion is that you do not sell anything until the marketplace is live, because you're going to need to sell your items on their marketplace to ensure that the 7% royalties work. Now, it could be that other sites, the royalties will still work, and you'll get the 7% if the item is resold. But that's a little bit of a wrinkle that they didn't make super clear from before. And so that might upset some people, but hopefully that just means that the bulk of the marketing and market for these will be here, because most people will want to make sure that they get that 7% back to them. But then if somebody's reselling one, they might not want to sell it here. So that's going to be something kind of interesting to follow. Now, one of the things I'm going to show you is there is a site that is selling these NFTs, and we can look at the current floor price really quickly to get an idea of what they are. So this is TofuNFT.com. They're on the BSC chain, and it's not a site I've used before. I cannot embrace them, and they are not affiliated with the Ape Heroes. So if you come here to buy or sell, this is at your own risk. They have verified Ape Heroes as a project. There are 400 currently listed with a floor price of 0.28 BNB, which isn't bad considering that's only a little bit under the 0.33. And like I said, people got cash back, so people are selling them for a little bit of a profit probably at this range, or very, very close. So far, there's been 65 of them traded. That's not bad for a unaffiliated marketplace the day after the launch. You can come in here and look. We're seeing some of the more expensive ones listing for 4.7 BNB. And if you click on one of them here, you can come in and see their rank. This one is actually rarer than mine. So he's at 1472. They have said laser eyes are pretty rare, and the suit, he has the Bitcoin suit like mine. So that's pretty rare. And then if you look at, let's see, this person wants 200 BNB for this one. Let's see if it's even rare, or if he's just, legendary 468. So that one's a little bit rarer than me, but he's like, I'm only selling mine for 200. Now, if you go ahead and we low to high, let's look at the cheap ones. So you're going to see that actually there are some that are under that floor, just nobody's come and bought them. So this floor price is actually going to drop once some people maybe get excited about this, but this is really what I wanted to show you. If you're comfortable with token or Tofu NFT and you think that these transactions will go through, you didn't have a chance to mint an ape for 0.33, but you believe that this team is going to grow this project, that the apes are going to be worth more, then you can come here and pick one of these ones that you kind of like and see if you want one for, you can go all the way up to this one and you're getting them cheaper than mint. So there's currently 10 for sale, cheaper than mint. And I mean, this one right here, this is extremely cheap. I don't have one with a lollipop. He's ranked 6,000, so he's not even near the bottom. And he's being sold for only, for basically a third of the price. So, oh no, this is a bid. People are bidding on this one. That makes more sense. So I'm sorry. I have to remember. I should have filtered fixed price. There we go. The cheapest one that you can just straight buy is 0.27 right now. There we go. Sorry guys. I haven't used this site before. I was really just featuring them so that you knew that there was a place where you could buy them if you wanted to get into it. So now we're going to go ahead and get back onto the Ape Heroes site, and we're going to take a look at the roadmap. Oh yeah, here's the rarity breakdown. So see, I only had a 40% chance to get a common, and I rolled that 40% 10 out of 11 times. You think I would have got at least 1 uncommon, right? But one time I got an 8% one. So I can't really complain, but it's kind of a bummer because if you get, if I had a 1 legendary, 1 epic, maybe a rare, then I could maybe look to flip one or do something with one. I'd have one really extra good one to give away or something. Now I've only got commons or a legendary. Well, I can't give away my legendary, so if I'm going to do a giveaway, it's just going to be a common, right? But, we'll figure it out later on. So, their phase one. They got them all minted. The lottery has been split, and we'll go over that in a second. And now they're starting to look into getting some larger influencers to cover their mint, the fact they sold out, the lottery they gave out, and talk a little bit about the trading on the marketplace. I think they're going to be working on fixing their marketplace so that it's working and the reflect rewards there work before this really gets into high gear. As you can see, phase two is the marketing actually going live, and then the buy and sell rewards working on their site, and then they're going to be trying to make sure that the floor price of this project doesn't really dip way down. The real big thing we're going to be waiting for to see if these apes can make kind of the next move is the marketing phase, because if they can get the right influencers looking at these and sharing these, it could help us push the floor price up quite a bit. It would be interesting to see. This is one of the first times I've seen such a high quality project on PSC. Now I'm not as tied into NFTs as other people like avatar projects, so there could be some great ones out there I just didn't know about. But it's going to be interesting to see as they get into here, when they launch the companions, the villains, their metaverse ideas, to actually see those start to come to fruition. Are they going to make a game, or is it just going to be kind of like a storied world that the heroes and villains and sidekicks live in? We don't really know. They haven't announced that. So this is a bit of a flyer at this point. But so far, I'm happy with this project, and I do think it'll be going good places. All right, everybody. That's going to be it today. I hope you enjoyed this one and maybe take a look at this, because it's not the worst time to maybe look into picking up one of these cheaper apes and just, maybe seeing if this is one of those projects that turns into something special. Thanks, everybody. Bye.